talking about?
San Diego.
We ain't talking about the game. San Diego. We talking about
San Diego.
What we talking about?
Where do you see yourself in the year 2025?
2025?
The year is 2025.
7 years from now.
All over the world, spreading joy and happiness to a boy and girl.
Oh yeah.
Just traveling, man. Just spreading the music, man. Just keeping on. But I don't see me stopping anytime soon, man. I want to do this forever. So, yeah, I see myself still continuing the works and just expanding and doing new things, being more creative and bettering myself.
Do you trust robots?
50-50.
How would you? Let's put it this way: would you let a robot shave your face for you?
No.
No.
I got 2 hands. I can do it myself.
Like it. Do you think that poops push farts, or do you think that farts push poops? It's the most important question I ask everyone.
The second one.
Okay, good. Glad we got to the bottom of it. How about the 80s?
Color.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did like the colors of the 80s. The music was like, I think, a necessary part of our musical evolution, but not great. No. But I always like the colors and like the styles.
There's some
like
great people weird. That came out of it, but I know what you mean.
Overall, I think for me mostly it was growing up kind of like with like Midwestern, where it was more like that dumb headbanger metal rock stuff, But like the hip hop scene was actually pretty dope, with all the early, like, especially late '80s when everyone was kind of figuring that stuff out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of rough there for when everyone first kind of figured out how to synthesize. And
the cheesy stuff.
Still learning how to do all that. How about guns?
Guns? Protection? Yeah. I'm not really into them, but I can see the purpose of it.
What do you order at In-N-Out?
Oh, I've never been in and out before.
Really? Oh, wow.
I don't think, I'm a vegan, so I don't know if I'll be able to eat anything there, but...
That's true, actually, yeah. I know vegetarian, because they have, like, grilled cheese sandwiches and stuff like that, and, like, the fries, but vegan, I don't know.
No, I've never been to In-N-Out Burger. I heard so much about it from before I came over here, but no, I've never been.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things, like, if you're not from here, it's like Mecca. It's like you have to make a pilgrimage every, once in your life or whatever. But people out here just kind of view it as like almost McDonald's or something.
Oh yeah.
It's like, whatever.
In Florida, our In-N-Out Burger is Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
People go crazy for Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah. Where do you see yourself in 2025?
That's like the 5-year plan thing, huh? Well, at all?
7, almost 6-year plan.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, that could go 2 ways. It could be either I stay here, like in kind of San Diego, like I love California. Yeah. Like I meet someone and live like in a little condo together. I don't know. All my stuff can kind of be done at home, like like performing, or like I book gigs and stuff. I like jewelry design and metalworking too, so I want a little workshop area, like a studio at home where I can practice and then make jewelry and then make my mermaid crafts and things. So all that can kind of be done at home, but then and then you gig elsewhere. It's a different place, kind of almost every time. So that kind of living like little homey life as well, or I still love to travel. Like, I want to go, let's go to Fiji.
Yeah.
I want to go. Or I could end up, the next, I might move to Maui. I just went to Maui this year for fun with my friends, and it was just, it's just the vibes out there. I could live like in a little shack on the beach, like hide my harp in a corner and like practice, and then go play at the resorts in ball gowns and stuff during the day, and then come back and surf. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, I kind of live a dual life, but as a recluse, like a little hermit too.
Do you believe in mermaids?
Can I say yes? Yes, I can say yes. Yes. Well, if you were going to take it from like a scientific point of view, you got like the 70% unexplored waters.
Oh yeah.
Especially like, I mean, aliens too. Like, there's so much out there. Like, of course, there's a possibility, or like, of course, I'll believe in it, like, until it's not disproven.
Yeah.
and I know mermaids too. There's that side of it. Like, I know, and I am one. So it's, even if you're playing, or if you're creating the magic, or if like you completely believe in it, then in all those senses, yes, mermaids are real. Yeah.
Maybe, if you manifest it in your mind, eventually it becomes real, right?
Oh, that too. Yeah. But yeah, I'd love to, like, I don't know, there's like plenty of different kinds of sea creatures too. Maybe they're not as humanized as we've made them out to be in movies and things too, but
well, speaking of like crazy theories, do you think that the sun is hot or cold?
Oh no!
It's a 50-50 chance though, right?
You're just making me question it so much, because like, of course it's hot. But is it the white hot? The kind of white hot that gets so hot that you can't...
It's cold.
And that's what that's
like where you touch something that's so cold that you get burned a little bit. Like,
yes, exactly. That's what I would probably say. Like, it's probably so incredibly hot that if we got close enough, we wouldn't be able. It just wouldn't. We can't register that kind of heat. So maybe you would. Maybe you would feel cold if you got too close to it before you died. Yeah, I don't know. That's a very sciencey question. I'm gonna stick with hot.
Agree to disagree.
Okay. No! Wait, why? Why would I not know?
It's like, well, you're wrong, but okay, that's fine. You can have that opinion.
Wait, why? Is it like a different kind of... Is it the kind of gas that they've... Like, what?
Because it's just one of those... It's another dumb thing where it's like... Things that's like... I feel like Flat Earth, right?
Yeah.
I watch Flat Earth videos and you're kind of like...
You start like, oh, okay.
You're like, yeah, like that... Yeah. Because it's a lot of questions where it's like, well... Water always finds its level. And you're like, well, yeah, it does. Right? And then, like, you know, it's just weird where it's like, these dumb, weird questions can really almost make you, like, refute, like, scientific evidence.
Right.
Because if the question's worded enough to, like, trick you and, like, interest you, you can almost start, like, fighting and denying the facts to, like, go with this, like, interesting new theory, you know?
Well, all it took was for you to tell me I was wrong.
Yeah.
That started it. I'm like, what?
Oh, I guess I am, yeah.
I'm very unbiased,
I watch
but
Flat
also
Earth videos and I'm like super like, oh, like that is a good point. That is a good point. Blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, you literally just go to Google and you like search in like, how is this explained, or you know, blah blah blah, theory debunked, and it's like, oh, yep, right there, like a scientist has actually explained it. You know? Yeah. But it's so easy to just, I feel like, get all these like, well, how come? I always say the how comes. How come?
Yeah.
And then with the sun, it's like, how come the closer you get to the sun, the colder it gets? It's like, yeah, right? Like,
which I don't understand. That's not true? Is that true?
Yeah, like, yeah, right? Like, if you climb a mountain, climb Mount Everest, like, if you get closer to the sun,
atmosphere.
Exactly, right? Like, you're right. So there's like an actual like scientific explanation to it. But like, if you're just like an idiot and you're just,
I thought you meant like if you were like in a rocket. I'm like, no, it's not.
And you're in a rocket. You go to outer space. Outer space is cold. How can outer space be cold if the sun's hot? And you're kind of like, whoa, yeah. But then you talk to, like, you know, you ask Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, And he'll roll, I roll, and then let me take 3 minutes to explain this to you. You know, there actually is like an explanation for it, but I just love those like dumb how come.
Yeah.
Do you think that the poops push the farts, or do you think that the farts push the poops? This is the most important question. Take your time, no rush.
I think it's whichever is behind the other.
Yeah.
In the tube.
The lineup.
Yeah, it's the lineup. Because you've got the mass of the poop, which would be creating the nowhere else for the gas to go, so be pushing that out, or the gas is very powerful. It comes out at a force. I
feel like they both got to move somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So they both got to kind of...
Sometimes it does come the other way, though, doesn't it?
Well, that's true. Sometimes it comes out the reverse poop.
I hope not. I hope that's not. Oh, God. It probably is, but I was thinking for the gas.
So it's not to get... Yeah, I'll just save it. What do you order at In-N-Out?
The fries.
The fries.
The fries, yeah.
In style or?
No, just plain. No, I like a little bit of fry with my ketchup. So that's kind of, it's pretty boring, I guess, but I'm on I got diagnosed autoimmune last summer. So I'm trying to be a little bit better about not eating gluten and working on that. So fries are kind of my go-to when I'm eating fast food.
Love it. Yeah, I like their fries. Mm-hmm. A lot of my friends don't because I think they don't have salt.
Okay.
They don't have as much salt, or like they're not as like gross.
They don't last at all. You have to eat them within the...
Yeah, I mean that's like because they're real potatoes,
right?
Really, actually like French fries. Mm-hmm. So I think everyone now, like in our generation, is so used to growing up eating like shitty fast food French fries that when they go eat In-N-Out, it's like these are bland and these are But it's almost like the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 2025, like, how old I'm going to be then? Like, fuck, I'm going to be 27. Alright, so when I'm 27, ideally I'd be living in, well, it's funny because, like, being in this band and stuff, you're kind of forced to, like, balance your dreams and balance, like, what reality is, and it's, us making it, like, it's hard to do, but we're still going to keep trying as hard as we can to make it. But I guess, obviously, so that answer as far as, like, where I am at that stage, like, the dream is like, that's my answer for that. But as far as reality goes, I'd like to be living in a major city, and hopefully I'd be working for the Federal Reserve Bank. I think that'd be really cool.
Push this paper around?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, pretty similar, actually. Like, I am planning on getting a PhD, probably.
Oh, wow.
So, like, maybe in, like, econometrics or some sort. We're both, like, sort of econ math fields.
Yeah.
And so, like, eventually, I want to, like, work for the Fed.
Oh, we could be coworkers, Dave.
Coworkers and bandmates.
Oh, yeah. So coworkers twice, basically, right?
Yeah, right.
So 2025, robots will definitely take over by that time, and I will have cybernetic enhancements to accomplish power threading on the base.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I'll probably just be like bumming around in my industrial-sized beanbag in my apartment. We have like a $700 beanbag, and it takes up the entire living room.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we got it off Craigslist.
This is real, or this is a plan in the future?
Well, the beanbag is real. The beanbag's real. Like, it's ridiculously big. We had to move the coffee table and move to the shower. But yeah, definitely we'll probably still have that. Probably that beanbag, and it's a great place to bum.
That's pretty sick.
As far as work, I don't know, but I do want to get involved with artificial intelligence and anything that has to do with the progression of a technology, because I think that's a very sensitive power that needs to be kind of maneuvered carefully.
Definitely 25. I'll be pushing 30, 29.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I'll be a structural engineer with a master's from UCSD.
Nice, dude.
Doing some hand calculations, modeling some bridges in my program.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess that's
like moonlighting as a drummer, though, right?
Yeah. Dreaming. No,
Fixing our infrastructure.
Honestly, what I want to do is music, and I mean, if that takes off, that would be a dream come true. But
Absolutely.
to have a successful future, I have a backup here, so.
Exactly, and I think that's part of like all who we all are as people too. That like even though we're like chasing this like somewhat unattainable dream, like we all have pretty realistic career goals too. So
Yeah.
we know how to keep things in check, and we know our place, but we're not afraid to push.
Do you believe poops push the farts, or that farts push the poops?
Oh, farts push the poops,
push
man.
the- yeah.
Oh yeah.
Poops?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're like
the gas
the fart,
phase.
fart
Have you guys
pushes
heard
the
these
poops.
questions? It's like,
hey,
I mean, situation moment, man.
the spot, man. You know. I don't know. I tend to do that, which can
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I feel like I'm.
what does it even mean? Like, I don't
Mean
Oh,
what
no.
you wanted to mean, man.
Okay, I guess F to P then. Farts.
Stationary, and
yeah,
the
yeah.
gas is like everywhere, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's that mechanism.
Okay. Do you listen to podcasts?
Ooh.
Freakonomics.
If so, which
yes. Ooh, Freakonomics is good.
Freakonomics
Yeah.
is really good.
I used to listen to The Art of Charm when I was younger. They've been better mind. A lot of self-improvement podcasts. Yeah. Learn about resilience.
Oh, sick.
Wow.
That's pretty dope.
One of my classes here is podcasting. So I miss the class. I listen to it when I have time just to review the material and stuff. But in terms of like real podcasts, no. I don't.
I had a friend back home who he has a podcast, and he just finished his 100th episode, and I used to help him with like the audio and stuff. He talks about like a lot of movies.
Nice. Sick.
That's pretty dope. Yeah, 100's a lot.
Yeah, a lot of information there.
It's a lot of work over a long period of time, for sure.
Good job, Kyle.
Shout out Kyle.
And definitely North Park Radio is going to be on the list too.
North Park Radio.
Do you trust the robots?
I trusted to do what it was programmed to do. Yeah.
Global controls will have to be imposed, and a world governing body will be created to enforce them. Crises precipitate change.
Well, what it was advertised to do, not programmed. Because it can be programmed to do stuff.
I don't know. I think like with time, eventually they will accomplish the things that like they set out to do, like self-driving cars. Like with time, I think that technology will be like the main mode of transportation. But like right now, there's still like a lot of questions we need to handle. Like what to do like when there's a situation where somebody like has to be in danger. So with time, I think, and I think like the universe as a whole will naturally progress to where the robots are going to be like the dominant entity. Of course, like with time, and like I think people are kind of like biological robots. Like we have like mechanisms where things are like mechanically moving like atoms and stripping away and adding things to it. And there's something in our brain that like walks and carries like I think it's the neurotransmitter. It just carries it and just walks it to another place and just like lets it go and then it walks back. We're robots, man. Like, yeah.
I would teach you that in class.
No, on YouTube.
Oh,
Nice.
Dude,
There's, I mean, it's like you can't really, I don't know. I guess you can't really refute that, right?
Yeah, I know.
No.
I didn't know how to follow that.
It's pretty true. Like,
My friend, he came back from his first year of university and was like, "Oh, my professor thinks we're all cyborgs." I'm like, that's ridiculous. That's dumb. We're people. And then after my first year, I was like, "We are all robots, guys."
Dude,
Yeah.
do you have an articulate answer? I feel like
No,
you had
I mean, like, yeah, I talk about AI and stuff all the time, and like, all my friends are like, "Dude, AI is scary," and I'm like, "No, it's amazing." Like, but yeah, I think he touched on it, saying like, worrying about the programmer, that's like more of a serious issue.
The plan is programmed into every one of my 1,000 robots. We will not hesitate. We will destroy the Homo sapien.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, we're just living in a simulation. Anyway.
we're more nothing than something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's real to us.
I mean, based off what my friends over here said, I guess my only answer to that is, yeah, sure, I trust them. You know, just there's always, you know, humans have to be held accountable more so because, you know, that's just the greater risk there than the robot itself.
But I mean, there's always been ethical dilemmas, right? Like, that's never been new.
Oh yeah, of course.
So, yeah.
And there's just some stuff we have to get used to. Like, I don't know if you guys saw that video, but there was like 2 robots, and one of them like opened the door for his robot friend, and his robot friend just casually walked in the door.
Dude, that's so sick.
It was pretty neat, but it was I guess like they held the door open for each other, so they have to be friends, right? They were friendly. They were friendly with each other.
Who said chivalry's dead?
God, we have a lot to learn from robots, right?
Yeah, for real.
North Park Radio.
Okay, so opening up for Green Day Worldwide Tour.
Yeah. How old will they be by then?
They'll be dead for sure. What year? 2025?
The year is 2025.
2025? Is that what you said?
Another
God, that's coming
7
up.
years.
7
Can you
years.
believe that?
It's not that far off, really.
Yeah, realistically,
Really not.
I mean, we're all kind of doing this for fun. We're all older. We all have our careers. I would say if we were to get, 1, 2, 3 nice headlining acts by then that come out to San Diego, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe a tour of some sort, up to LA or possibly even up the coast, and then just continuous writing and recording.
Just see where it goes.
Yeah.
Like I would think it'd really cool to get just to a level of local San Diego recognition, because realistically any of us are let's go tour the whole country, but
that's why I didn't say that.
If it was
3,000 Instagram followers, it's realistic.
But if
Dude, I'll tell you, I'll lower the bar and say I want to have a band in 7 years, because I know how shit can work. You know what I mean?
Thanks, Troy.
I mean, if we are still together and playing shows in 7 years, fuck, I'll be, I don't even want to think about that, but I'll be 43. Morgan will be 40. No, just kidding. You'll be about 30, right?
7 years, I'll be 32.
So yeah, I mean, we have this talk a lot, pretty often. Me and Sean do. I don't know if
we did when I first joined.
Talked with you about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really looking for long term. We're looking for. We're in a long term relationship with each other. We enjoy long walks on the beach. So, anyways, I'm straying off, but yeah, we're looking long term. We're looking to keep it fun and not too serious, and change up our music as we get older. So as long as we're doing that, I think we'll be happy.
This is the do you section, so these are all gonna be weird questions.
Cool, love it.
I want your true
X-rated?
opinions. Yeah, some of mine.
Great, excellent.
Quite a few are actually. Yeah.
Get the tape measure out. I forget how long it is.
We'll get right into, do you trust robots?
Oh my goodness.
Trust
Gracious.
robots.
That's deep. At this point, trust, yes.
I have faith in.
I do feel like a Terminator 2 thing is coming, Judgment Day, in regards to robots taking over, but I think James Cameron was really onto something back in the 90s. I think the thing with technology is it's probably going to end up taking jobs, and that's going to be a problem. But in regards to trusting them, they haven't done anything to me to make me not trust them.
Can I show you a video?
Really? Well, the newest robot is
I just saw a video the other day that was all right, can we destroy these yet? And it was just a video of just the most terrifying
robots.
And it's a robot that looks like a human.
Oh, I saw that one.
Well, that's the new one, right? That's the one that just came out, right?
It's walking and it's so creepy.
And didn't they ask it a question are you going to take over humanity or something crazy?
I think there's a big divide too, something like artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
But the one I'm speaking of was more just it's like an input thing where you're someone's controlling.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like a drone.
I'm actually thinking
it's like
of
a
an
drone.
actual robot that was.
But then I think then the difference is artificial intelligence, which is a computing system that could think and process its own. But what's scaring me is more the drone aspect ones, where you see them, they can open doors and
oh hell yeah!
And literally, I'm this is just every time I see it, I'm this is the start of that horror movie. This is the start of the science fiction horror movie every time.
Yep, I've watched Deus Ex Machina.
But I also it's so good that they haven't blended that artificial intelligence. It still is a guy with a remote control, telling them what to do. So
nothing would surprise me.
You guys haven't seen that Deus Ex Machina movie?
No. What is it?
Watch it and then answer this question again.
And do you think that poops push farts, or do you think that farts push poops?
Brown slows it down, so.
Whoa.
So.
I feel like the air pushes the shit out now. Like, just to be straight up. This seems like a very casual topic here. I feel like there's got to be some sort of force, or no, it's your muscles that push the shit out, right? Like your bowel movements, your BM.
Yes.
Kind of flushes it out.
Yeah, that's why Brown slows it down.
So yeah, I would say the poop forces the fart out. The poop is deeper in there. The air comes out is more on the surface of the asshole.
I agree.
Ready, set, survive.
Yeah. Final answer.
Yeah. No, we love these, dude. I love this.
North Park Radio. North Park Radio.
And so, who and where is Kylita in 2025?
Oh boy. Kylita's just chilling. Kylita just wants to have fun. Honestly, I don't think people would think that I, don't have any goals or anything. But I'm not really like a this is where I want to be, hustle hard, work hard, play hard. I'm not like that. I'm just like, let's just have fun. I don't know where I'm going to be, but I know that I'm going to have a blast. I know that when I'm retired, I'm probably going to be like captain of the bocce ball team and, playing cards with like all my friends, and I'm just gonna have a good time. That's really it. So I don't have any like major crazy aspirations, and honestly, I think it's kind of better that way in my life, just because so many things just hit me like unexpectedly, and they take me different paths. Cooking is another big hobby of mine, and so like I used to TA for at Hip Cooks in North Park,
really?
actually.
That's
yeah.
really cool, yeah.
And so I've been on like 32 of their cooking classes, and I've helped out like a ton. And so then when I moved back to UTC, like I started going to Sur La Table, and then I realized I could get paid to do that, basically to help others learn how to cook. So I worked at Sur La Table for an entire year, and that led me to a freaking private cooking gig at this like huge house in Cardiff.
Really?
And I got paid for that. So I mean, it's just like, who knows where life is gonna. I'm just all about like follow your hobbies, and they might lead you somewhere pretty cool. Like I collect records, and hey, I did a wedding last year. Didn't see that coming. Didn't know that I'd be called DJ Kylita. So I just think like I just want to continue like following my hobbies, because I feel like that's where, if you just follow your passions, it might lead you somewhere cool. So I'm open to whatever is next in 2025 or the US, because it'll be dope, it'll be fun, but I don't have like any sort of goal. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to. No. I know I'm gonna have fun, so that's about it.
Do you think straws have one hole or two holes?
They have two.
Two holes?
Yes.
You stand a strong one?
They don't.
No second thought? No second thought on that? Just gonna let you know that's the wrong answer. So do you want to change your answer?
That's dude, it's just like mind benders. This is like the mind bending sesh right now.
Oh yeah.
This is one hole for sure.
One hole straw?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to change? You don't want to
rechain?
Blowing
my mind. Give me some more questions and learn some shit before I leave. All right. Yeah.
One hole. Like it. Do you wash your apples?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. Yes, they probably need to be washed.
Yeah.
I don't know where they've been. Do you?
I don't know. Shipping containers, right?
Yeah, exactly. Other people have been inspecting them, putting stickers on them, putting wax on them, making them look shiny. Yeah, for sure. I'm for sure gonna wash that shit. Yeah. Wash it.
Okay. Do you believe in truth?
Truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, see, here's the deal. Let's go there. I believe in truth because that's all I got. Like, literally, that is all I got. And some people just do not.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Do you think that poops push farts, or do farts push poops? Yep, take as much time as you need.
I think that poops push farts, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. No, you know what? No. I think about that. No, it's definitely the other way.
In your medical opinion.
Farts for sure, but poops, yeah.
What about dinosaurs?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I'm such a dork. Like, I just bought my ticket to Jurassic World.
Oh, really? Very nice.
3D.
The Universal Studios one?
No, no, Jurassic World, the movie. There's another one coming out.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
So, June 26th or something. Anyway, I already got my ticket. I'm not even going with anybody, and I bought my ticket. Yep. So, dinosaurs, all about them, sure. That was the first thing I ever stole in my life, actually. I've only stolen like
steal
two
a dinosaur?
things in my entire life. No. Stickers. Dinosaurs, stickers.
I'd steal a dinosaur too.
Yeah, 4th grade, we were supposed to sell them, but instead I kept them because I thought they were really cool. So
Very nice, yeah.
I felt horrible, actually. That's why I still remember it, because I felt awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, first thing I ever stole, dinosaurs.
Sometimes
stickers.
laws are made to be broken, though, right? Rules are made.
I broke it.
Dinosaur stickers are a good exception to the rule.
The year is 2025.
Oh, wow, 2025.
And then also, who and where is Pollux in 2025?
Well, I'll start with Pollux. I mean, if everything keeps going the way it's going right now, I would hope that we're still playing together and maybe visiting places, traveling, getting to know people. Because that's one of the things we like to do every time we play. Anywhere we play, we want to see people enjoying the music, dancing with us or whatever. But we also like to know people, get to know new people, and just hear stories and hang out, with the people. Because that's how you really get people to understand your music too. Sometimes they ask you things about the songs you play, especially with us because we sing in Spanish, right?
Yeah.
So they come to us sometimes and they say I love the music. I'm not sure what you guys are singing about, but I love the music. And then they ask you, what does this mean? Or, and things like that. So I see us still together, still playing, hopefully touring, a lot more. That's how I see the band. Myself, man, I don't know. I guess the first thing I gotta do is cut back on the partying lately, before I can look that far. I've been trying to do that for a while now, so I would probably first do that, and then I don't know. I would want to think that I see myself making more music with the band, obviously, but also maybe making also music for commercials or
or podcasts.
What are we talking about?
San Diego.
We ain't talking about the game.
San Diego.
We talking about San Diego. What we talking about?
Well, do you trust robots?
Oh man, yeah. I trust everyone. See, that's the thing.
Even a robot, yeah.
I would trust a robot.
Would you trust?
They'll probably kill me after, like, after the revolution or whatever.
The plan is programmed into every one of my 1,000 robots. We will not hesitate. We will destroy the Homo sapien.
Would you let a robot shave your face?
Oh wow.
Do you truly trust?
Well, it depends on the model and the year, right? And the software version of it too. It would have to be updated to the latest version of whatever it is that they run on.
Or you gotta be careful because, like, in iRobot, it's like the problem was the newer updates was.
They were, yeah, exactly,
right?
yeah.
I almost wanted to like keep things the way it was,
like more yeah. I don't know. That's a great question though.
It's pretty deep.
Yeah.
Do you think eyebrows are facial hair?
No. No. And I'm full of facial hair.
Yeah. I was like, you're the expert. Yeah.
I would know.
Love that. Yeah, from like a guy, I don't have nearly as glorious of a beard as yours. I have a very short one, but like as a guy who has facial hair, it almost offends me to think of like eyebrows as facial hair.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Like, this takes work and effort, and your eyebrows are just there.
Yeah,
by default.
Exactly. No, you're totally right, man.
Like facial hair is something you have to like grow. It's like something that like you have to earn
and maintain, and like it's not an easy thing. It takes work.
Whereas like everyone can just like eyebrows are just there. Yeah, whatever.
Exactly.
Do you think that straws have one hole or two holes?
I think it's one hole. Yeah. Yeah.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll accept.
Yeah, because when you do a hole, there's already two sides to it, but it's just one hole.
Yeah.
It's like you don't
It doesn't have like a start and an end? You think it's just one thing?
Well, no, because if you turn it around, right, then the end will be the start. If you flip it, it's the same. It's always gonna be.
That's true. You see, you don't have to end it.
Exactly.
I like that. I love that. Do you think that farts push poops, or poops push farts?
Oh man, well, I that's a good question.
It's the most important question out of the whole podcast.
Let's see. I believe that both can be equally the same. You know? Yeah, totally, man.
Push pull, pardon the pun, but push pull.
I think some people that will listen to this can go to either one of those.
Yeah.
You know?
I think everyone's different, but yeah, I think for the most part, it's been one way.
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize that my experiment is starting to lead me to like scientific results.
Really?
Do you wash your apples?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Always.
Yeah. Would you ever not?
For me, if I was drunk, I wouldn't. When I'm drunk, there's a lot of things I don't do.
That's a good point. Yeah. That's a whole different podcast if it's like you're.
Yeah. Dude, I eat in tacos in TJ. 3 tacos for 75 cents. So, 3 tacos for 75 cents. I have no idea what was in those tacos.
So it's either a really good deal or you got ripped off.
Dude, 75 is exactly. It's like, why are these tacos so cheap, but they're so good?
Put trash in a tortilla and played it off as.
Oh man, well I know it was meat. I just don't know what kind of meat. You know, but they were awesome.
How old? How fresh?
And then when I was coming back, I was like, I can't believe I just paid 75 cents for 3 tacos. Something must be wrong. But I was drunk, so I didn't care.
You just stumbled upon like the greatest deal ever. Like someone who's just like not charging enough for just this bomb taco.
I don't know.
Where do you see yourself in the year 2025? And also, where do you see Hexa?
Myself and
The year is 2025.
I guess it kind of goes hand in hand. So my hope is to continue doing music for as long as I possibly can. Hopefully with Hexa, of course. So I would really just love to be able to travel with my band and keep making records and tour Europe and tour here and hopefully just do a lot of that. And for myself and obviously with my band, that would be ideal. I want to go travel.
And can you describe your music in a word or a sound?
A word or a sound?
Or a few words.
I think moody. Moody is a pretty good word. It's definitely dark, obviously, on the darker side, but I think it evokes more than just dark feelings. I think there's more complex emotion behind it than that.
So this is the do you section. It might get a little weird.
Okay.
Pre-warning. Do you dream?
Do I dream? Dream. Yes. Yeah.
Any recurring crazy dreams you have?
No, I don't. I kind of have falling dreams, fairly often, kind of being jolted awake because you think you're falling. Yeah.
I've heard that. I've had that happen a couple times, and I've heard a good theory about that.
Yeah.
Which is it's yourself in an alternate universe dying.
Ooh.
And so you kind of feel that jolt, but it's not really you. It's
it's alternate.
It's a piece of you in another dimension or something.
Yeah. That makes sense. That does.
Scary. I don't want
Small
that to be
pieces
true.
of me dying.
Do you trust robots?
Do I trust robots? I do, but obviously everything should have a healthy degree of skepticism, I do, and then it's obviously backfired at times when I trust my little phone to give me directions and tell me where to go and things like that, and then fucks up and I have no idea where I am or how to get out of it, and I'm stuck. So.
And I went along to the audition, and they had me speak some phrases like, "At the next intersection, turn left," and "You have reached your destination." And sometimes not everybody's favourite, recalculating.
So yes, I trust them, but probably more than I should.
Do you think that straws have one hole or two holes?
Oh shit. Blowing my mind. Oh no. Right off the bat I would say two, but now I'm seriously doubting myself.
I guess I had to change that question because someone said it has an infinite number of holes, and that blew my mind. So then I was like, oh man, I can't. Do you consider eyebrows to be facial hair?
Yes. Yeah.
I like it. You have beautiful facial hair. Do you wash your apples?
Apples? Yes. Yeah.
Every time? If I handed you an apple right now, would you wash it, or would you just bite it?
might just eat it. But if I have the opportunity, I will watch it. Yeah, definitely.
And do you think that farts push poops, or do you think that poops push farts? This is the most important question too, so take your time.
I don't know how to answer that.
You can also no comment, that's fine too.
I think I'm gonna have to get back to you. I'm gonna have to think about that one.
Insert the
like,
answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that.
That's a bad one. That's kind of like a chicken and an egg. You know? It's like, I don't know if there's really a good answer to that.
Doesn't get any better, you know? That part of San Diego, like North Park, Hillcrest, South Park, is where all the cool shit happens. Oh, I can't curse. I'm sorry.
No, you can. You can fucking curse. God damn it, shrub.
The year is 2025.
Which is not that far away. That's like in
Which is-
6
Oh my God,
years or
seriously,
7
yeah.
years.
That's what I thought. I was like,
Hopefully on tour. I mean, hopefully, yeah. We'll see though. We'll see about that. Hopefully I'm on tour in Europe.
Be pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. World tour.
On tour forever, hopefully.
I have to finally start recording solo stuff and have like a couple solo albums out and babies. So that'll be nice.
Babies and solo.
That's like my
It's the most
dream, man. I
important
don't have
things
like
in
baby
life.
over here, be recording over here, voice over here.
Changing diapers while you're like
Maybe not at the same
background
time.
check.
Gotta keep the studio clean.
Yeah.
That's right. It's too much of a risk. It is.
Kind of a mixture of both would be cool, like being on tour with babies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my girls that I like have a couple bands that I know of with women in them. Like this band called Deep Valley. She just had a baby and they have been on tour for like 2 years. And she just straight up took her infant child on tour. Like the kid wasn't even a year old. Like it was crazy.
And tour moms are so cool.
And they're like touring, they're like not, I mean, they're not big enough to be touring around with like, you know, like 2 tour buses and a semi. Like they were maybe one like nice van with and like another one for gear. Like they're still relatively small, and I was just like super impressed by that. And I also wondered, I was like, I wonder if that's super fun or if that's like super hard.
Yeah.
You know,
Gotta be insane.
Stressful, yeah.
it's probably both.
Added stress
but
on
it's
top of
totally a
everything
thing.
that
I
they're
think Kim Gordon did it too with didn't they?
Sonic Youth.
Yeah, like they took their kid out tour.
Yeah, totally.
It's been done. It happens.
I just wonder how much like I would just be scared about like all the noise and lights and like sounds.
Well, you got them those
Yeah, it was really funny. Like her kid was, I went to their show, Deep Valley, and we have like some mutual friends, but I saw my girlfriend holding her kid on the side of the stage with like these like drum earmuffs over his ears, and he's like watching his mom play drums on stage.
That's actually really cool.
So cool.
No, but like raising kid in that
crazy.
environment, like from backstage from day one, like so cool.
Yeah, the kid's gonna be way cooler than all of us.
There would be so many like crotchety old people who would be like dying at the thought of this.
We're gonna die soon though, later than so because they're old.
But that would be really cool.
I like the thought of like a podcaster asking that person, "Where were you at age 6?" And they were like, "I was on tour with mom." I like that. And in 2025,
Either on tour or in the forest, woods or something.
Very nice.
The two like big
little
extremes
cabin in
right
the woods.
there.
Yeah.
They're both good for me.
You
can be on tour in the forest, man. Or on tour in the forest.
Forest.
Festival.
Yeah, just festivals. Just
Well, I was thinking like a show for animals or something. Like the critters. Deep listening. Sorry, I don't mean to intrude on your time. I just thought that would be cooler.
Let's get a more detailed version of Shrub in 2025. 2025. That's the year that we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely want to be on tour with my children in the forest playing a show. Critters, probably
Sounds
fully,
like we can make this work then, guys.
fully
Sounds like we can
vegan, fully sustainable, and hopefully with a bigger beard.
I didn't know you wanted to be vegan.
I didn't know you wanted to be beard. I want a huge ass beard, man. Like I want Ron Bradley, but like on steroids.
The Karl Marx of the.
By the way, Ryan Bradley is one of our other musician friends.
Oh wait, I thought he was still in there. He was practicing guitar earlier.
He's in Fist Fights with Wolves. He's my dad.
Do you trust robots?
No.
Like AI?
Hell no. Fuck no.
I don't trust my
own right now.
I don't even trust my own
this thing
computer.
for shit.
That thing's weird. No.
Would you trust a robot to shave your face?
Oh no.
Heck no.
I don't even trust myself to like shave my face.
I like that.
An electric razor is kind of like a robot.
That's true.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but you operate that robot.
It'd be so much easier if I didn't have to operate. Just fuck me up, fam.
Sean does not operate a face robot.
But I'm sure there's gonna be a day where it's like, all right, whatever.
You need that face.
All the kids are doing it, right? I'll get one. Do you wash your apples?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I rinse them.
Rinse them.
Wash them like soap and water.
Do you consider eyebrows facial hair?
Yeah.
I guess so.
They are, because if they're what else could they be?
You have nice eyebrows.
Yeah.
They have to be, right?
So you would say you have facial hair.
Where is this question coming from?
She's like mad at you.
No. I'm just wondering. I'm like, why are you asking this? Like, what's behind this? I feel like there's a story or something.
Are you gonna ask the straw one?
Yeah. So that's kind of the same point. So the next question is, do you think a straw has one hole or two holes?
Two.
Two holes.
Yeah, because the liquid has to go through the straw.
Yeah,
Well, he's saying what defines a hole? Is the hole this, or is the hole just the ends of the tunnel, or is the hole the tunnel itself?
This is so cute.
And the reason I ask this question is because now at this point I've
I
heard so many
understand that the word
answers.
hole
It's
is
so
used in two different ways now.
Yeah.
I see.
No, I think there's two holes.
It's
Because
just one
if we were to
giant
dig a
hole.
hole with like a tunnel to China, we'd call this the entrance a hole. But the
Yeah.
shaft would be the tunnel. So the entrance is the hole.
But would someone be wrong if they just said that's the hole? Like that whole thing there is the hole.
Word, I'm sorry.
See, but a straw is not a fucking tunnel, okay? Like, a straw is a fucking
Yeah,
straw.
you can see the other end of the tunnel. Does that just make it one?
It's a cylinder that doesn't have like.
Tunnels are cylinders.
Yeah, but tunnels like can be like all fucking
To
weird
an
shaped.
ant, a straw is a fucking tunnel.
You could bend a straw. There's bendy straws.
So that you can't see the light at the end of the straw tunnel.
For me, it has two holes because if it didn't have two holes, then liquid wouldn't go through it. It has to have two holes in order to
But
function like a fucking straw.
If you pierce a hole in a surface in a ship, if you pierce a hole in a ship, it's gonna flood. Water's gonna go through it.
Yeah. So
But I
that's
think we're talking about straw though. So basically, if you take a straw, and if there's only one hole at the
And if you
top,
pinch the middle,
then it's not a
Why
straw
is it not a
anymore. It's just
straw?
a really
just
skinny cup.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a cup with no bottom.
There's two openings, which are kind of like holes, right? So I guess there's two holes.
Gotta be.
No, it's just one hole. It doesn't matter about the thickness. The thickness between two ends of a hole, it's still one hole.
I think it's one hole.
Because it's just
I think it's one.
But more of like a destination point, so to speak. That's on its own.
Destination, my mouth.
In a sense, it's just one hole. I think.
Because even if it's something
so
very
Just
thin,
one person, you and I.
like this cup right here, like this little plastic cover, there's a hole in it, but it's still like there's a thickness in it, but it's still just one hole. Same with the straw, it's like long, it's much longer and thicker, but it's still.
There are two
technically-
holes in that straw though. One on the top and one on the bottom.
Consider that one hole just like that one hole.
I mean, this is. Would you consider this a hole?
Yeah.
Like on this top lid?
Yeah.
But there's still like a material between.
That makes sense. It's like
Yes.
just because we don't see it.
There would
but-
be a depth there, like
Yeah.
even though it's like
I see.
Interesting. But if there was a hole
see
in the
where
bottom
you're
of that
going.
cup, I would think that cup had 2 holes in it. So what's the difference? Just because there's more surface area next to the
Exactly,
holes in the cup,
exactly.
there's no
Or-
surface area next to the hole in the straw. Is that why we only?
More
Can I throw a curveball real quick?
Yes.
If you poke a hole in the bottom of that cup, wouldn't you say there's now a hole in that cup?
I'd say there's 2 fucking holes in that cup.
But you
That's what I'd
wouldn't-
say.
But you would say there's 2 holes in that cup.
Yeah, because there's a hole on the top and there's a hole on the bottom.
Yeah.
There's
Is
a
there-
lid
is there
on
a hole in the
that
cup
cup.
right now?
There's a lid on
Yeah.
that cup. I can see it in front of my face.
But I guess it would just be because there's like 2 different types of material. I don't know.
Oh no, here's what he's saying. So if you were to puncture,
Yeah.
if I was to come along and puncture this, you'd be like, Anastasia, why did you put a hole in my cup? And I'd be like, aha, you already had a hole in your cup. This is just a continuation of the hole.
So what you should have said is, why'd you put another hole in my cup?
Fucking question, Jesus. Oh my
Important
god.
questions that every band needs to answer.
This is how we based our rehearsal.
Do we get it?
Just kidding. We love you. It's not straw things.
But similarly, because I want to get onto this question too, which is the most important question. It's similar but different. It's, do you think that farts push poops, or that poops push farts? Trump, you can start.
No, because I think about this.
You can't leave though because you obviously have something really important to say about this.
This is an important moment in your life.
I've never thought about this before.
I think it could go both ways depending on the
Poops
situation.
push fart. If you're farting, it means you have to shit. That's what a fart means. It's your body telling you, yo, you need to like.
It's coming. It's coming. Get ready.
Unless, well, 'cause sometimes people can like reverse fart. Yeah, they like suck in air through their anus, and then it makes a sound. I've seen it. I'm not proud of it, but
Through their anus.
You were trying.
No, this is good. Keep going.
so wait, what was the question?
So do the farts push the poops, or do the poops?
No, the poops push out the fart.
I
They have
think
to.
it's shrugged. I think it's both. If I imagine an intestine that's just like straightened out, I think it'd be like fart poop, fart poop.
Forever.
God.
No, because the poop.
So in the straw, there's.
Listen, if you're farting through a straw,
You know, like
you might be on North Park Radio.
Okay.
Picking
Who and where are you guys in 2025?
Back to the bowl cut, I think.
Back to the it's making a comeback.
So it's my hair.
Comeback.
Don't call it a comeback.
That's what, 7 years
I
away?
know, I'm thinking that's like, wow, 20 years.
So I was 23
7 years.
7 years ago. Man.
Like if you think where you were at 2011.
Yeah.
Where like 2011 you would
I was
envision
having a
2018
crisis.
kind of like that.
No, 2011 was good. A lot of growth in 7 years. You know, it goes quick though.
Definitely.
It's been quicker these days. 2025, I feel like we'll be doing some reunion tours in Japan. Playing rock in Rio. You know, just the usual.
Oh yeah.
I think we have a show at
Main stage at Coachella.
We're being modest.
Probably above that by then. Coachella's a little small.
All I know is that we'll be playing music.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's
being
that's
as
the
creative as we can and evolving is probably the real answer. You know.
Love it. And do you guys have any wild tour stories?
It'd be wild to go on.
Do you trust robots?
Bro,
Boston needs to stop that.
Here's the problem.
And like, I'll expand on that. So like, would you trust a robot to like shave your face?
No.
Like, would you give a robot a razor?
That's so true.
Like, do you truly trust a robot?
The plan is programmed into every one of my 1,000 robots. We will not hesitate. We will destroy the Homo sapien.
I think that robots are gonna get really smart and be like, you guys are messing up as humans. You guys are not making good decisions, so we're gonna make them for you.
Some virus takes them over.
I wanna develop a super virus, better by far than an old Y2K.
Dude, they'll be able to fix that themselves. So, oh man, AI is some real stuff coming up. I don't know.
That's a rabbit hole thought process when you start thinking about
That's
not
some
just
real
like what
shit,
can
dude.
happen, but like what will happen and what is happening.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
like
common,
late
man.
night
It's
jacuzzi talk,
common.
man. Like 4 a.m.
He's spent on Craigslist.
What I heard too is like an answer to why we've never had contact with aliens, you know, supposedly or debatably, but like officially, let's say we've never even like found another living life form out there. The reason might be because every other life form that's able to get to us has already made robots that have killed them.
Yeah, like
You know what I mean, like when you get
developed too
smart
much
enough
and
to
then
like
just,
contact
Dude,
or like travel far distances, it's like by that point robots will just kill off the species.
See, and then the real thing is,
And so there's just a bunch of like robot planets out there and robots floating around just like that have like already killed their races, you know, we're just like next in line for that. That's speaking of a scary thought, yeah. But the most important philosophical question I have is, do you think that poops push farts or that farts push poops?
Ooh.
I'd like to think, they push each other. They got a good feud going on.
I don't have a better answer than that.
They try to be supportive.
Except they kick the burps out, though. Like, get out. The other way.
The forgotten friend.
Yeah, I don't think we can do better than that.
Well,
to me. Perfect. And do you consider eyebrows facial hair?
Oh, wow.
Socially, no. I'm not gonna have a conversation with somebody and be like, dude, it's all my face, it's hair. But if I'm really thinking to myself and I don't talk to anybody about it, then yeah, I guess it's facial.
The same way, like, if you're eating, you're putting food in your head.
Sure,
Don't sit that way.
Yeah. Your face hole. Yeah. One of your face holes. Speaking of holes, do you think that straws have one or two holes?
Well, two.
I gotta say two.
You gotta say two, because without the second one, it wouldn't draw anything. You You know,
the dimension.
It's 2 holes. It's Laurel. But I guess it's one big well of a hole. Depending on what angle you're looking. You need air. No,
We'll think about it like this. Say you have like a water bottle, and then you have a cap on it. You have 0 holes, right? Take it off. You have 1 hole, and then just cut off the bottom of it. Then you essentially have a weirdly shaped straw, and now you have 2
What
holes.
about those tornadoes, though? Is that 2 holes?
What do you mean?
Well, those are 0 holes because that would be sealed together, right? The 2 meters. The 2 meters. So who and where are you in the year 2025?
When even is that from now? 10 years?
7
Oh my god, what year is it?
The year is 2025.
Where will I be?
Who is she? What is she doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna be happier than ever. Yeah, I think happiness is huge. Happy. Let's start there. I'm gonna be a mom of at least 2 little minions running around, maybe 3. Yeah, I want to do the whole like kid's wife thing. Yeah, I wanted to have my careers going and establish a really good career before I did that. Only because times are changing so much now, right? So you see the divorce rates just skyrocket, and a lot of things changing. I wanted to be able to establish the fact that I could take care of myself anyway before I get married and then have my own kiddos to prove that they can do it as well, right? So in 7.5 years, I will be having kids and being a mom, but I'll definitely still have my businesses too. You know, I want to do both. I want to be a good role model. Yeah, and honestly, I'm not really into about materials and stuff like that. I'm really not. So as long as I'm just like naturally happy and healthy, that's where I'm going to be. That's it. Yeah.
2025.
Yeah. I mean, every day I feel like you should just always wake up and be grateful for waking up, right? So why isn't your day? It's going to be great, no matter what. You know, people are always like, how's your day? I'm like, amazing.
Yeah.
They're like, whoa, what's going on? I'm like, well, I woke up.
Well, yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
They're like, okay, and? I'm like, I woke up. Like, that's amazing, right? So, yeah. Happy life. I like to think right now, though, in the here and now. You know, 7.5 years from now.
It's kind of how you have to stay happy, right? It's not thinking too much of the past or the future.
Yeah, be present.
Yeah,
it was something that always I get confused about is if you're not present and you're always in the past or the future, how do you get that past or the future if you're not even in the now? Do you know what I mean by that? Like, how do you remember that past if you're not even in it? The now. It's so confusing for me, so I just keep it simple and stay in the now. Yeah.
All right. Well, do you trust robots?
No. Stop it. They're stealing everything. They're stealing life from everyone. Do you like calling anywhere and having speak to a robot? I'll press 0 1,000 times until I get maybe a human being, or it disconnects me. It's like, what the hell just happened? Where's the human? No, I just feel like I love technology. I think it's awesome what we can do, and the way that we as humans are creating this technology, although you're taking jobs from humans. And I'm really into the whole person-to-person communication, old school type of thing. I'll write you a message in a bottle if I could, you know? So, I'm not a robot person. It can vacuum my floor, but that's it.
Stay on the floor.
Yeah, serious.
Sit. Do you wash your house?
Yes, I do. I'm definitely a fruit cleaner. Yeah, not everybody is.
Not everyone. Yeah.
No,
So they're one of the more debated subjects on our show.
Yeah? I mean, I guess if I was in the middle of nowhere, I would wash it with my shirt, yeah. I would definitely wipe it off or something. Yeah. You know? Do you know what hands have been? Yeah, I would definitely do that.
So, kind of a similar topic.
Yeah.
For transition from babies. Do you believe that poops push the farts?
Oh gosh.
Or do you think that farts push the poops? The most important question.
This one's the hardest one. I think I might have to think about this one the most. I mean, doesn't it start with gas, right?
Yeah.
Right? I guess, because
Debatable.
yeah,
It's
I guess
highly
it's debatable.
It's very debatable.
Let's go with the gas. Give credit to the gas first. So the fart pushes the poop, I guess.
Farts push
sure,
poop.
God. This is professional until this moment, ladies and gentlemen.
No, we just now got serious, bro.
Okay, let me get real. Let me get serious.
And then a perfect transition after that. Do you dream?
Yeah. Yes.
So on that topic a little bit, but transitioning.
Okay.
Do you prefer paper, plastic, or cryptocurrency?
Well, I like paper. I like paper the best, I think. Although, do you know it's a debt?
Oh, yeah.
Did you know it actually says debt on it? So I'm giving you something, you're getting a debt.
I see you absorbed my economics lesson from take 3 of our podcast.
I was learning. I was definitely learning, and I used it. I was telling people, I'm like, did you know this is a debt? Read it.
It blows your mind.
It's definitely interesting. It's a different point of view. Yeah.
I remember someone told me it, and I was like, yeah, just so like in denial.
It's crazy.
Then you start thinking about it, and then it really starts to make sense, and then it just depresses you.
Yeah.
And you start to like really
Don't tell me.
mind
It's crazy. Yeah, just things change. You know, you got to go with the whole who has cash on them anymore? Plastic, right? I go to Trader Joe's, even if I have cash, they've already pressed. Like I'm paying with a credit card. They have to cancel my transaction and do it again. I'm like, stop being overzealous, you know? So like every 1 out of 50 people use cash these days. So I like money. I mean, you have to if you want to manifest it. You do, yeah.
Cash rules everything around me. Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Where do you guys see yourselves in 2025?
2025.
So 7 years from now. So you kind of actually, it's kind of almost perfect because you moved here about 7 years ago. So where do you see yourselves now 7 years from now?
I gotta say, I keep with the 5-year plan. The 20-year plan is basically based on family for me, not job or whatever. But 5 years.
7.
I think 5 years from now we're planning to be to be at
Where do
the
you guys want
top.
to be then?
5 years from now.
Touring, playing festivals, playing shows across the country, doing it, man. Make it like music is paying our bills. Music is paying, like that's the reality, right? That music is paying your bills. But like the deepest desire is to just be playing music all the time, all music all the time, you know. And I think this, like all of us, wholly desire to not only stay true to what we believe is coming back, but also to stay true to like, yeah, we're gonna play music, we're gonna make it happen. You know what I mean? Be a touring band. That's it.
That's it. We want to be a band that's making a name. 5 years from now, we're hoping that that's all we could plan and hope to have already made a name, some kind of name, you know. If not, it's 10 years, you know, whatever.
Do you trust robots? Since we're kind of on this topic.
No.
Universal no. All right, next question.
I trust driving my car. That's a robot.
Definitely.
I do trust Google.
I trust my.
I don't trust Alexa, and I got her in my house. So that says, I guess,
just like living on edge.
everything.
I trust the Bible.
I'm stupid. Whatever makes my wife happy.
So here's a weird philosophical one. Do you think a straw has 1 hole or 2 holes?
A straw?
A straw. Does it have 1 hole or does it have 2 holes?
Interesting.
1 hole.
2 holes, because you drink through the straw, but you also swallow through your throat, which is a hole. Yeah, deep.
Never had that straw.
Oh, the
I
straw.
actually heard this one on the radio.
I'd have never drank
so
this
I had
straw.
a little
It's
time
gross.
to think about it, but I guess there's still 2 answers, no matter how you look at it. But I don't know. I just had to say 1. So
Well, I thought of it as 2.
hole on the end, hole on the other end.
Yeah, I thought of it as
so
too.
it's a dumb, weird thing that kind of shapes your like philosophy almost about like how you perceive things. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Good question.
Same, I can't take credit for it. I heard it somewhere. So. Not an original.
So are you
question,
more
but
smart if you
it's a
think
good
2
question.
holes?
No, it just kind of depends on like I guess it's like your perception on viewing objects. One is you use it as a utility, and one is like you use it as like something like aesthetic more. There's like a kind of like art versus function.
So if it's aesthetic, then
If
it
you
would
say
be 2
It's
holes.
like you're typically more of a person that sees it as like an object of function.
Oh.
If you say one, it's just you're imagining like just like the object, and it's like art.
Interesting. Deep.
This reminds me. So my girlfriend's going through school for Eastern medicine, and she said that they teach her that the human body. So basically, your intestinal system, like your gastral system, is technically the exterior of your body, because the exterior continues in like through your mouth and wherever, and that's why. So when you cut yourself, it needs to be sterile. But if you swallow something, your gastral system is not sterile.
Huh, interesting.
Anyway, it just kind of reminded me of the straw thing.
I get that.
No, you're good. It's all good.
That's the dude you gotta meet.
Rowdy Rico.
Yeah, Rowdy Rico's a
That's the dude you gotta
character.
meet.
Oh, he'll probably meet everyone in this place tonight.
So another kind of silly, stupid philosophical question: do you think poops push the farts, or do you think the farts push the poops?
Sometimes
You can weigh in on this too,
sometimes I gotta go, and a fart goes around it. So I think it all just is one system, man. I don't know about one pushing the other.
There's pockets
Well,
on both sides.
I'll tell you what.
Scratch that question, but that was actually kind of a perfect segue.
I'll tell you
because
what.
That's kind of you know.
Pockets on both sides.
Do you crumple or fold?
Oh yeah, yeah.
System,
Fold.
you know?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you crumple or fold? Fold every time. Do you crumple?
Stand or
sold?
sit?
Yeah, I
Or
fold.
sold. You better fold, bro. Safety precautions.
I don't really crumple. Interesting.
Next.
You guys are making me think.
You crumple or fold, Matty?
With what? Oops.
Toilet paper, bro. Crumple or fold?
Crumple.
Oh.
Oh, you daring soul.
Interesting.
Crumple as well. Actually.
That's, I was going to say that's a crumple.
Y'all are
I
daring.
didn't know we were.
You gotta fold, bro. That's security.
I give it a speed fold. Stop it.
Wow, that's daring, bro.
This guy is missing gaps along the way.
Never really thought about that.
Along the way.
When it's day after party.
That is funny.
What are we talking about?
San Diego.
We ain't talking about the game. We talking about San Diego. What we talking about?
My dream is to. You can apparently I've heard you can rent a high school band.
Yep.
And you can basically get drunk and go walk around Bourbon Street and have your own band follow you around. So that's like a birthday dream down. So, you know.
That's awesome.
So I plan on getting my own marching band to follow me for 2 hours.
It's so cool. You can get caught in a second line just walking down the road.
Just multiple marching bands.
We're all just
multiple
dancing and having a good
birthdays.
time. It's so freaking cool.
But yeah, that would be a place I'd love to check out for sure.
And so, who and where are you in the year 2025? Which is
That's out there.
7.5
Oh,
years
boy.
from now.
That's not that long.
It'll go by fast, that's for
what?
sure.
What was the question?
So, who and where are you
Where?
in 2025?
I mean, my dream for me, I would say, again, 7.5 years would be, I want to be able to sustain my life doing music. I mean, right now we're in the works of figuring out a tour and just trying to, I mean, I look at all these bands, I'm just like, man, like, Bob Dylan was known for the Never Ending Tour that was like 20 years or something like that. And like, all these other bands that I love, I'm like, man, they're doing 300 shows a year and they have been for like the last 5 years. And I was like, that's where I want to be. I just want to be like a road dog, just playing shows every single night that I can, and travel in the U.S. And I don't know. There's so much country to see here, and
Totally agree.
I mean, we've got a little taste of that just by going all the way to Austin. It was just like, man, we drove through like 3,000 miles or something like that, you know, there and back, and
it's just change in scenery and just that stretch, and so many different people and places.
Such a small part of it.
Yeah. Just a snippet.
Small part.
Totally.
But that's what that's where I want to be. I want to be able to be on the road and be able to make my living doing that, and spread, you know, the message that I want to share with people, and play with bands and meet other musicians and just make cool connections. And so that's probably who I'd like to be.
Great, I second that. I'd like to have accomplished traveling through the United States, going to all the states, seeing some really cool cities, playing some awesome venues, playing with really cool bands, meeting a lot of cool people, you know, developing a fan base, and, you know, being on the radio.
I guess the same, you know, like Willis was saying, being able to make your living through music. I mean, that's always kind of been the goal since I kind of started playing music. You know, I've always sort of had that in mind, playing to as many people as I can, as often as I can, staying strong and healthy as well. You know, I think that's a big part of it. You know, I'd like to say in 7 years I'm still as fit and as healthy as I am now, if not more healthy. You know, I think that's a big part of it as well. And just being able to successfully live with a conscious mind and body while still being able to produce music for anybody who will listen, you know. I guess 7 years from now, it's hard to say though. Things change. Yeah. I mean, that's like my small goal, I guess, or that's my idea of what I'd like to do in a nutshell. It's hard to say though.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be stupid not to say anything other than say it, man.
It's like, I'm gonna go be a firefighter.
Yeah, actually, I almost did. I almost was. I had my EMT's license for a little while, and then I was in fire school, and then I was like, no, I like music more. I've been curious about a lot of things, but I've always come back to music, no matter what. I love cooking. Like I said, the fire thing. I love working outdoors. I've done landscaping, all kinds of random stuff, but I always come back to music. It's just the one thing that grounds me, helps me through everything. And that's the one thing that ideally, like we all said, we just would love to make that something that keeps your life sustainable, you know, just financially and mentally. It's such an incredible thing to create songs and then, you know, just see a reaction from somebody, whether it's good or bad. I've never seen a bad reaction yet, but like either way, just to create something that will evoke an emotion in someone and has that kind of power is cool. It's really cool.
I think that whole South by Southwest tour was, in general, really cool.
Yeah,
I mean, it was really,
that was just incredible.
We did 11 shows in 10 days, so it was non-stop, and I mean, we do a show, and then we get in the van, and we drive, and we sleep for a couple hours, and we do a show, get in the van, drive. And then when we were in Texas or Austin, we were just playing every single night, and sometimes twice a day, and it was very fast-paced, but we fell in love with it. So that was just a really cool experience, but I don't know if it was necessarily crazy.
It was just some cool stuff. I mean, when Willis jumps on guitar, he likes to jump on things, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
people love it. So I mean, as far as a stage crazy thing, I think
Willis takes the cake with that when he went on that rooftop or something.
Our last show was at this place called Botticelli's, and it was
a fine dining Italian restaurant, and we're just rocking and rolling.
Yeah, it was our last. It was St. Patrick's Day. It was our last show in Austin before we drove 20 hours back, or 18 hours back home.
Overlog.
And Ben and Kai were on driving duty for the first run. It was so me and Kimmy started, because usually I drove, so I wouldn't drink that much.
So we really let loose on that last one.
Yeah, we just went full throttle
in the van.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got your freaking huge thing of cream corn.
Oh yeah, I was like, we gotta go to.
And you just told me you had no wild stories.
I didn't know what you meant by crazy.
I was certainly crazy when you look.
We gotta remember. For me, that memory's hazy.
Yeah. There was a lot of whiskey being consumed. Not while I was driving.
Yeah.
Just wanted that on record. But you know, we forgot a lot.
Yeah, but there, that show, I climbed on top of this, like, it was this dumpster, and then I climbed on top of the shed. And I was, anyways, but like, dude, as soon as I got on the shed, like, the roof goes like, and it was just like, I felt it drop like an inch just because it's like flimsy sheet metal.
And then, like, felt it beforehand just to, like, check. I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, you always run that risk, but it was just like, I was kind of tipsy, so I was like, getting up's fine, but it's like always getting down, which is the hard part. Because it's like, if anything falls over as you're climbing up, it's like, you lose.
When you just look up and see this dude with big hair, like 10, 12 feet in the air above everybody, just like looking down.
Yeah.
It was pretty epic.
Yeah, that was a really fun one. Yeah, the drive back was probably pretty crazy. Me and Kimmy were just like drinking like...
Oh, we have video games in the van and a TV, so we were playing some like old school
I was trying to
Yoshi's Island.
Kimmy plays Yoshi's Island.
That's the only game I'll play. It's so cute.
I was trying to be...
Just these little Yoshi characters.
Yeah.
Trying to save baby Mario.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
I wonder where that is in the Mario timeline.
Yeah.
I wish we had other crazy...
I can't wait to get back out there, and we'll do this interview again, and we'll have a whole nother slew of stories.
Try to make something a little crazier for you.
Oh, well, I mean, our first, when we got back from tour, we played the Rainbow in LA. And we're loading out, and friggin' like Ron Jeremy walks by. Me and Ben like look at each other, and we're just like, wait, what? And then Kyle walks around the corner.
Yeah, I'm like looking at you two like, is that real? And you guys knew exactly.
I mean, it's just like
exactly
the
what I
shirt
was
like
thinking.
covered in like mustard and ketchup stains and like just holes all over. And he's gonna have like this Geo Metro, just like the rims are falling. And we were just like, dude, no way.
Is that really him?
And then we walk in, and yeah, sure enough, he's just like hanging out with like just a bunch of porn stars at this like.
Getting a burger or something.
Yeah, he got a whole pizza. He's just like pigging out on this whole pizza.
Some greasy pizza.
Anyhow,
that was pretty cool. Though.
That was pretty crazy.
That's a really cool. The history of that spot is amazing. The sound in that spot,
yeah, not as memorable.
I mean, like just knowing that,
the Rainbow.
Just knowing. I mean, there's pictures of Zeppelin sitting in the restaurant, just like having a good time with some groupies or whoever, and
it was like the rock and roll bar.
The Doors
had
been there, and yeah, it's just something. Just those two alone, I'm just proud to have stepped foot. Last week, Dave Mustaine from Megadeth was just having like a party there, and you know, like it was just really cool people. That was Lemmy's.
His hangout.
He used to live there, didn't he? He like lived up in the.
He lived around the corner, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just that.
I wasn't
we were saying,
Yeah.
kind of connected.
I thought it was up above first.
Like a rumor or something. I don't know.
I love that. Whenever there's a cool history to somewhere, that makes it a little extra special.
Yeah.
That was random though. Fucking Ron Jeremy. It was.
Yeah,
we've kind of made jokes that like Willis kind of looks like a young Ron Jeremy because he's got the like nice like sleek dark mustache.
Yeah.
Got the dark hair, big hair.
Yeah.
It's oddly true.
And everything else that comes with it.
It's our bullet point list of 10 reasons why.
Each number 1. Each number 2.
Oh boy.
Oh jeez.
Sorry.
Well, in a perfect segue, do you want to describe the...
Number 1.
Can you describe the Night Howl's sound in one word or a noise?
Oh.
Feel free to use a Ron Jeremy sound effect.
Yeah. Censor it. Yeah, it's gonna be wet. No. Our sound. I would say hyphenated controlled chaos is probably a good way to. I feel like there's a lot of moments of like intensity, and like there's moments where we bring it back down, and it's very epic. Is probably, I use that word probably way too much, but I would say there's a lot of epic moments where it's, you know, can be setting really big notes, or we're doing really big climbs or climaxes.
Do we each get a word?
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Epic. Epic is probably.
I would say very dynamic. And I mean that in the sense of just the control of the energy. In music, like when you study music, dynamics are forte, piano, like loud and soft. And I think that's one thing we do really well is we mix that ability to bring it way, way, way down, and then when we're ready to bring it way up, just rock the shit out of it. But we can also be really stripped down and quiet. And I think we play really well in that, which makes the overall show really interesting, I think. So, dynamic.
I wanted to ask, because I saw that you were requested by popular demand to play the Springboard Festival. So I wanted to ask, how does it feel to be popularly demanded?
I didn't know we were popular, honestly, or demanded.
How does that feel? Like just, I
mean, it feels
being
good.
wanted.
It feels good. It feels good. It feels real good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when a girl says, yes, I'll go on a date with you. You're like,
oh yeah.
You go home, you get your hair all nice, you wear your best dress, you ask your mom, do I look good? She's like, nah, change your shoes. That's how it feels. You're a little nervous.
She's like, you're a little too formal. You need to get
You're classy, but with attitude.
But it's like the girl asked you on a date this time.
Ooh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Popular
She's asking
request,
you to
popular
prom.
demand.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I
I'm
want to
talking
talk
to the wrong girls. Hell. Can I take you out for pizza? Oh my God. Yes. Of course you can.
And I want to ask this because I feel like this is the question that most of my audience is going to ask you when they listen to your music. What is the THC content of your lyrics?
Wow, I don't think it's been tested. Honestly,
I'm not a doctor, but
not
I was
science,
okay.
yeah,
A
not
couple nights ago, I was listening.
laboratory
I was just
wise.
like binging, and I was like, dude, I need to be fucking high. For it's making me.
It does make it a little better,
yeah. Of course, it makes it better, but just like that vibe is just like, yeah, I really want to like relax. Like it really puts you, like your music really gives a mood.
Cool.
You can't listen to it and not be like almost transformed into a certain kind of mood. So
now I know.
I wanted to ask you what content you're putting in this shit to make it.
You know what's funny? Like some people like, oh my god, how high were you?
Yeah.
And I was like, really? We were sober as fuck, and we were just like, God, I really wish we had some beer
for
and
some
maybe a
of
bowl
them.
hit. That was what someone said. Yeah.
Well, real quick, I wanted to ask you if your music was like marijuana, would it be indica, sativa, or hybrid?
Oh, definitely a hybrid. I would say definitely a hybrid, right?
It's a hybrid.
I mean,
It would be CBD.
Not too
It would
low,
contain
not too
no
high. It's like-
THC because
CBD only?
You do not
Okay.
need to get high
I
to
like
listen
it,
to
yeah.
it.
I love that.
Oh, that was
Love
pretty
that.
cool.
oh, I like that. I like
Spin
that.
zone.
I like CBD. It's good.
But
for
that,
the
but that
vibes.
doesn't that wasn't one of the options for an answer though.
I'm sorry.
He only gave us 3.
I'll make that.
See, I'm picking.
That was such a good answer
was
that
that was a
I
beautiful
retroactively
answer.
changed.
So, like desert or whatever they say, like, oh, there's a desert out there. Is that like sand? Like,
Pretty much. I mean,
Is that what they say?
do you think I'm a geologist?
Hank takes the cake.
hold up.
That was a juju moment right there.
Is it like the hills where you can like ski down the fucking sand hills?
Desert, dude. Like dunes.
Well, I've seen people like snowboard down
There
sand.
are dunes in California.
I've never been to the fucking desert.
Do those clouds?
It's much
stay
more
there?
like just rock. It's not like
just
Sahara.
rock.
Where
Okay.
you think of like Sahara.
That was my fucking.
There are. Maybe not here, but
But San Diego's crazy because San Diego is literally like we just built a city in the desert. Like this is the like you're
Yeah, but
standing on the desert
it's
right
big.
now. We just pump in
I lived-
water and make it not a desert.
I lived
you know what
in lived in Vegas.
So it is like
too,
this whole
same
place
thing,
is so
you know?
weird where it's like the
yeah.
desert meets the ocean. Like if
Yeah.
the city wasn't here, it literally would just be like the desert, and then there would just be like the beach.
Yeah.
So it like other than the city, it really is like what you said, like sandy, rocky, just bullshit.
See?
But I think what you're
It
thinking of
wasn't-
is what you see
it
on
wasn't a
TV,
fucking
like the
crazy
Sahara
question
Desert,
to
where it's
ask.
like
Right, yeah.
mounds of sand
Right.
waving. It's not like that. It's like rocky,
Okay.
like
maybe,
mountainous.
yeah,
Yeah,
not here at least.
yeah.
But there are.
That was my question. Thank you for answering that.
No worries.
That's what I said. I said, man, how long do you think that beach goes for? He was like, to Canada. I was like, that's not what I meant, dude. That's not what I meant. He's like, no, I'm pretty sure you keep walking, you'll get to Canada. It'll be a long fucking time. You may need to stop for some water or something, but you'll get there.
Or maybe it's a good start for them to not give a shit and give less fucks about it. I keep my mom's gonna be so mad. I cuss so much on this. My grandma's probably gonna listen to this. Can you bleep this out?
Definitely, yeah.
You can leave that in there. They'll get a
Well,
laugh.
I did want to get
Sorry,
to...
Mom, I'm wild up. I didn't even have any drinks or anything. I'm just, yeah. As Salvador Dali said, I don't need drugs. I am drugs.
Yeah. Gwen's mom, I have offered your daughter alcohol and drugs, and she's said no emphatically to both. So
Look at me, Mom.
she's not completely a fuck up. Yeah.
Yeah, see? She's going to love that. Hi, Mom.
Well, she's gonna love this section because this is the "Do You" section.
Oh wow!
Where we start to actually ask some of what we were just talking about. Some
Okay.
Down to it, how you kind of really feel about some things.
Oh, let's do it.
Some weird and gross and controversial topics.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
What I really want to ask you: Do you?
Do I do me? Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I'm thinking about that in
You
two
seem like a
different
person
ways.
that like does, is like not afraid to just do you. So yeah.
Okay, because I was like, do you mean do I do me? You know, that's another sound wink. I'm like, yeah, do me if you know what I mean.
Do's a weird word, right?
But also, yeah. I mean, I've always done myself. I mean, even I've always done myself. But I mean,
hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom. But I don't know. If you ask anyone I grew up with, I've always been a little strange. I was the art kid.
Fuck yeah.
The weird one. My friends were both like captain, co-captain of the dance team in high school, and I was like head of art club.
Oh yeah.
And so it was cool because I was social. Obviously, I could talk to a wall. So it worked as far as, having friends and stuff like that. But people definitely made it apparent that I wasn't totally relatable either. Yeah. They're like, you're more entertaining than relatable. It's more laughing at you, not with you. But we like you and you're a good time.
Do you trust robots?
Ooh. I don't know. Siri sometimes. Okay, so here's the thing. Right? I almost feel like I can't talk. Oh, she just turned on.
Siri.
Get out of here.
Shut up, Siri.
So the other day, my roommate and I were talking specifically about plants. One of my favorite conversations, plants.
Oh, yeah. Plants.
But specifically about plants that need to thrive in low lighting. Specifically.
Oh, yeah.
And I check Instagram, and the first ad that I see,
of course,
is for low light plants, and I felt harassed.
Yeah.
Assaulted.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I was like, robots are not my friend. Fuck you, Siri.
Did you hear about the pregnant daughter?
What?
So this man got mad and he was going to sue Target because they were targeting his daughter with pregnancy ads, like baby carriages, baby diapers, baby, all this stuff.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, how dare you? Like, my daughter's like 15 years old. Like, you're almost like putting it in her mind to have a baby. Like, how dare you?
Oh.
Turns out, and the daughter didn't even know it, but she was pregnant. And it was based on the algorithms because of just like the food she was searching, and like she didn't even know she was pregnant yet. So it was like all these like subconscious searches. Target knew that she was pregnant before she even knew she was pregnant, based on their like. Isn't that creepy?
No wonder Target always gets me.
Yeah. So like their algorithms, they know you before you even know you. Like they even knew you were going to do the plant thing before you even talked out loud about it. That's how even worse it is.
Wow.
They know you're gonna talk about that.
So I'll start looking for advertisements of like medications and verbal therapy to know when I'm going downhill psychologically. I'll be like, all right, Target thinks I'm crazy. It's a forecast. Probably going south.
What about, do you consider eyebrows facial hair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It is.
Maybe.
It's hair on face.
Yeah. So you have facial hair.
I have facial hair.
You have beautiful facial hair.
Oh, thank you. Are you talking about my mustache or my eyebrows?
A little bit of both, yeah.
Thank you. I've been working on it. I'm trying to get mine to look like yours.
Oh, yeah. There's a little work here.
We're working on it.
A little work. A lot of food you have to kind of
People are going to Google me after
out,
this and be like,
yeah.
does she really have a mustache?
Only on Fridays.
It's a look.
What about, do you think that the poops push the farts? Or do you think that the farts push the poops?
Ooh. I think that the poops push the farts.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Because I feel like that's a warning sign that you got to poop when you fart. It's like something's working its way down the pipes, sister.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like an alarm. It's like, all right, before things get too crazy, you should probably skedaddle.
It's like the factory horn, letting you know it's work time. Yeah.
Lets you know, hey, check that the bathroom's clear and your brother's not in it because shit's about to go down. Literally. How punny.
What about, do you think Australia is real?
Yes.
Yeah? Have you ever been?
No, I haven't.
So you don't know.
Wow.
You think it's real.
He's a thinker. You got me.
What about, do you think the earth is flat?
No.
No, not flat.
Not flat.
Globe shaped.
Globe shaped. I'm waiting for you to get me on
okay.
this.
Okay, I guess you can have that opinion. You can. I'm literally. You can be wrong. That's fine.
Hunching in my chair. Like I'm at combat right now. It's like Mortal Kombat. I'm like fatality.
Do you think the sun is hot or cold?
It's hot.
You sure?
Yes.
How sure? Are you sure you're sure?
Super sure.
You're super sure? Okay. Well, you're also wrong, but okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to find my way around these things. I'm like, I'm gonna get him.
What color do you think atoms are?
Oh, I'm gonna go with multicolored.
Multicolored.
Ooh.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
Pride. Hashtag Pride Week.
I'm like, I guess you asked for one color, like plural, but
rainbow's a color.
I'm a rule breaker.
Yeah, I like that. What do you order at In-N-Out?
Ooh. D, all of the above.
Yeah, everything? You're just going and you're just like,
I'm from the Midwest, so
that thing.
Bar food and fast food's like a delicacy for me. It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all the burgers, steak, fries,
beef and potatoes, yeah.
Hot wings. Hot wings, I asked for extra buffalo sauce on the side.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
So I always get a double. Anywhere I go, I never just do a single burger because like, why would you just do that? That's a mistake. Why'd you even go?
Yeah.
Oh,
this is a double belly right here. This is a double burger.
Oh my gosh, all I wanted the other night after leaving the bar, I wanted one thing. I didn't even drink. All I wanted was a double.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, and then I go all the way home. This was my mistake. I didn't check. Always check. I went home, get on my bed, could not wait to cry to friends and eat this double. And they gave me a stinking single. You had one job, dude.
That's grounds to sue
guy
them.
at Burger King. I'm coming for you. You had one job.
Sue him into the ground.
Double. How do you forget that other patty?
So dope. Where did you get that?
From Matt. It used to be his shirt, but he outgrew it.
Oh, it's not that collection.
No, it's not. What did you say? It used to be his shirt, but what? He outgrew it. Outgrew it? That's a nice way of saying it. I love that funny gypsy jazz. Hell yeah. Just kidding, I don't even know the rest of the words.
Like add 300 pounds to my body. So yeah.
And I always end with Kanye.
Future.
Really? I've always asked that. I've always kind of like just loved how interesting Kanye is and how like thought provoking. And over the course of this year, it's literally like every month, it's almost like that question is a different question. Like he goes from like 1 month of like everyone loving him, you know, and then next month he puts out an album and everyone loves it. And the next month he's, you know, Public Enemy #1 on CNN.
That's what it means to be an artist, man. You know, not everyone is going to agree with you or like everything you say. You know, and if they do like everything that you do and say, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Something wrong. Something's not right.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
Gotta have that balance.
The last one is Kanye.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Kanye fans? I like that.
Jared, really, man?
I mean, all I know is what he did to Taylor Swift.
And continue to do Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
What about Kanye?
I think he's an artist. You know, a lot of people hate the guy. You know, I hate the guy at times.
Yeah.
But he's an artist. You know, I respect everyone who gets up on stage and makes music. You know, for me, it's like, to me, it's, you know, I'm not one of those people that judges or criticizes other artists by what they do, because it's not my place. So yeah, I think he's you know, he does what he needs to do, and if that makes him happy, then, you know, I wouldn't go to one of his shows.
Make him happy?
that I would say I wouldn't.
Does he just
probably
do these
go.
things, or does it actually like make him happy?
I don't know. It's kind of weird, you know. I don't know. Like I respect his art, but it's not my thing, you know. Like oh, it's great. Yeah, great art. Okay, bye. You know, keep doing your thing or whatever.
It's weird because like I like his personality, but I don't like his thoughts, and that's like a weird distinction to make, right? I like his like rep, like the fact that he's like a rebel, that he is always doing weird, crazy shit that's always like making people turn their heads.
What is wrong with you, man?
But I like, and I even like that, like, because recently, obviously, he's been very like saying some offensive stuff, like stuff I don't agree with. But I like that he's saying it, and it's like it's hard to explain my thoughts on that. But it's like I like the fact that he's being controversial,
right?
Even though I am not liking what he's saying.
Isn't he married to one of those girls?
Kardashian.
Yeah. I feel that those girls train him to say stupid shit.
Yeah.
Because they know that when they say stupid shit, they're always in the news.
The name shows up on hashtags and all the trending topics.
Yeah. I hate that fucking show.
But hey, they're smart. They're making so many.
Of course. I mean, we were just talking about this earlier, right? Like, we're all gonna make a living.
And it's like, on one hand, I look at them and I'm like, God, you guys are idiots. And on the other hand, I look at them like, you guys
are making millions.
Super geniuses.
Yeah.
How are you doing this? You know?
Yep.
So yeah, I was like, I go back and forth on that for sure.
See, that's what I learned to like not judge anymore.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
even though it's really hard at times. Like right now, when I say I hate that fucking show, because I do think it's really stupid. Yeah. You know, and I don't think it kind of like promotes anything healthy for younger generations, but they're making a living out of it, so for them I guess it's good. I mean, we all gotta work, so
it's kind of like people, I mean, it's like obviously we're not their audience.
Exactly.
But there's an audience out there. Like, they want it.
Yeah,
they buy
of
their
course.
Stuff, they buy their clothes and their makeup or whatever, and watch the show. And
it's just like music, you know. There's an audience for different bands, and I get it. Yeah.
What about Kanye West? Another Trump lover.
Yeah. I would have to say douchebag, the first thing that comes to mind, but hey, I have something for Kanye. Whoopity scoop. Whoopity scoop.
I was like,
whoopity whoop.
Yeah, how do you respond? Whoop, scoop, whoop, whoopie whoop.
But yeah, and then I don't know, a part of me likes him because he does support Trump like publicly, and I think that takes some balls.
So you love
like,
Trump?
I wouldn't go. You're a dick. I wouldn't go that far as to say I love Trump, but I like the fact that like he is not someone you would think would support Trump, and he does. So
I like him because he just started out like, grinding and like selling beats. There's like, what's the story of him making like he would make like 7 beats or, like tracks a day to sell them.
Really?
Like that's how he started.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I just
hit the streets, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a producer and
But yeah, the songs I like, he comes off like a total douchebag.
Yeah, now you watch him,
you know what I mean?
And you're like, what the fuck is he talking about?
We're talking about him.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I was him. I wish I had his bank account.
Yeah.
Although I heard he went bankrupt, didn't he?
They all do that. And they're like, oh, I forgot I had.
They
I think it's a yes and no thing.
They just do that for fun to like.
I think it's just the thing where it's like you're quote unquote broke. Like yeah, if you look like if I pull out my credit card and try to buy something for $20 million, it wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But you're fucking Kanye West. Like how much money is just
if you own
coming
a house,
your way
you're
in the
not
future?
broke.
Sure.
Well, even just he could probably just sit around and do nothing for 10 years and then just make millions off
just
of the royalties of
totally.
You know what I mean? So quote unquote broke is weird because it's like
I know I always hear that.
He's probably it's a weird fluctuating
dude. He
money.
probably has a yacht. He has a fucking mansion. It's like, dude, if you have those things, you're not broke.
Yeah.
Or what was that
Yeah,
story
exactly,
about like 50 Cent? Like he claimed bankruptcy, but he also had like $1 billion in Bitcoin at the time or something like that.
That's
I think there's a lot
That's
of weird
hilarious.
stuff. Plus, too, the fact of it, well, he's broke. Well, yeah, but his wife's a billionaire.
Yeah, it's stupid.
So
I know, right?
Yeah, he's quote unquote broke, right? But
do you know that? Do you know
I'm
that?
gonna guess his kids aren't gonna not have diapers, you know?
Right.
most importantly is Kanye.
I feel like he didn't get enough attention growing up, and he's, needs a lot of it now, just like his wife, and let him be who he wants to be. Like, whatever, honestly. Just like the man who claims to run our country right now. Talk all you want, man. Let's see who's listening. Whatever. That's my Kanye for you. And he's from Chicago too, so.
Yeah. I think Chicago or Midwest boys, Midwest males, really relate to him.
Man,
it's a universal thing I've found, like especially here in San Diego, like when we just, it's not even like when I'm asking a question, but just when Kanye as a topic comes up, I feel like people born and raised in like the West or the East, they're like the first people like, fuck Kanye, I hate Kanye.
I'm a Jay-Z girl, that's
but
I'm a Jay-Z
I feel
fan
like when you
for
have someone
sure.
though, like from Indiana, you meet like a white guy from Indiana, and you're like, oh, what about Kanye? They're like, oh, I love him.
No, probably.
Or at the very least, what they say is maybe they hate him now, but they go, oh, but his early music, I love his early music.
Oh, I mean, honestly, so if you're gonna speak music or
2005
person-wise, I mean, I think that's a line right there. I mean, music-wise, I'm about his stuff. I mean, I think it's good. Yeah. But I also love Bieber's stuff, so let's be real, okay? But I definitely, as a performer, as a musician, as a person, I definitely would roll with Jay-Z way over Kanye all day. But let's be real, like Tupac, okay? Notorious B.I.G., like that's where it began. So.
What about Kanye West?
I randomly, I really, like as a musician, haven't engaged with him very much. Like randomly heard a song the other day, just like on shuffle, Spotify or something, and thought it was like okay, like I really no strong thoughts either way.
Song or older song?
I have no idea. No idea.
You ask a Kanye
I would
fan,
say,
usually really
yeah,
gets set up
I would say it was
with the
probably newer. But like, yeah, like I like hip hop and I like, yeah, I like the genre and I listen to a lot of different things, but I just really didn't find it like remarkable in any way. Like, it was alright. Yeah, and then as a person, he just seems like another train of celebrity. Like they are. Yeah. Like whatever. Yeah.
I feel like as a person, I just really wouldn't like him. But like as an idea, I like him.
Yeah.
I feel like he's like almost like the David Bowie of rap.
Yeah.
He's like this weird outcast that has always just been like, he just does his own thing. He
Yeah,
just does
of
almost
course.
what's unpopular.
Yeah.
And, like, is a trendsetter in that way, and like his music is real.
But then at like that level of celebrity
Right.
too, it's just like nothing is really real.
Yeah.
Like even the insane
Well, yeah,
things that
yeah.
they're doing aren't actually really real.
It's almost like calculated.
Yeah.
It's not just natural.
Yeah.
David Bowie is someone who's just naturally
Yeah.
is that, you know? Whereas I think, Kanye is a little more manufactured.
Yeah, so it's really hard to actually know like what's genuine about a person like that.
Let me also clarify that I'm not comparing David Bowie. What about Kanye?
Kanye.
Alright. That's one you have to have an opinion on, right? That's a
Kanye made
one
some
or the
good
other.
music. You can't mess with that.
Yeah.
Kanye made some good music. Like,
Definitely.
you want to deny that? Go for it. It's gonna happen. Kanye did make some good songs. I'm sure he's got some more good songs in him, too.
Definitely.
The
He's
guy's
young.
an idiot,
He's
though.
still young, right? He's like
The guy's
not even 40, I think.
Yeah.
And he's in his 30s, right? Late 30s.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll be around for the next 20 to 50 years.
I hope he makes
Wow.
some good music, you know. But what I really think about Kanye is, yeah, the guy's a damn fool. I mean, he's in his own. He's just in his own.
I think that's what makes him great
But
to us.
actually, that's what's so fun. He's actually
Him being
that's
that
what I get
weirdo
grappled.
idiot is like
because
what
that
makes him
is
him.
also
like,
kind of what's funny about him. So like I
Exactly,
kind of
yeah.
like him as that like Kanye, you know. In fact, I was I'm gonna be doing some. I'm looking for stuff to do with one leg because I have to kind of change up my social activities, right, to accommodate for my broken ankle. So next week I'm going to be doing some adult coloring at Iron Pig Ale House in PP. And so I'm bringing a couple friends, and I bought some adult coloring books. And I passed by one of them that I was looking through them. You know, I just wanted something kind of funny. And there was a Kanye coloring book, and it was like a Kanye, and it's like this picture of Kanye looking at a magazine that has Kanye on it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was funny because I love it. It's just funny. And so I do love Kanye is charming in that way, in that he's like so caught up in himself that it's charming.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's funny. So I kind of like him because he's just so ridiculous.
Yeah,
but I do not like his opinions at all. So he needs to
yeah. That's in the last few weeks because I've always kind of liked Kanye and like cheered for him, but then it's just I feel like every few months it's like, oh, now I gotta like defend him, or like now I have to like question, but it's like. So now it's kind of at the breaking point, you know, where it's like, can you just keep doing that every 2 months? It's like can you keep like respecting a guy that every 2 months you have to question whether you can respect him still?
Exactly. Yeah, I know.
But just in the last few weeks, it was like right when he first started making these like weird like pro-Trump. I was kind of like, yeah, I don't agree with you, but like kind of like cool, like Kanye's doing weird stuff again, you know, like. So I was kind of cheering for it too, like yeah, like kind of just cheering for the chaos. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I want to
It's
see
it's
that.
It's a Kanye
Like,
show, and it's just kind of
but then,
funny.
but then he started saying stuff like, you know, slavery is a choice, and it's like,
That
okay, it's no longer funny. I mean, it's no longer like cute or like entertaining. It's more to the point of like you're starting to like harm people, or like you're starting to like affect things that it's not cute and cute and fun to do that anymore.
It's not funny.
So there's like a line that I think he crossed recently that's like more than just his usual weird Kanye antics, and now it's more like an actual thing that, it sadly is like driving his fans away.
It went in a different
and,
direction. It's no longer like this. Oh, Kanye's just being Kanye. No. It's like, what did you just say? I don't think so. Like, no.
But I did hear a good theory. Someone said, I need to like look it up more, but supposedly this is a big art piece. Have you heard that? Supposedly there's like all these subtle little like clues he's been giving out over the last month, but supposedly this is some big giant like performance art that he's doing. And there's all these weird codes that like lead back to like this guy who was talking about doing this kind of thing.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. It's literally it's like a giant conspiracy. Like he's like fooling a bunch of people and like
just trying to get attention. For the next thing that he's doing, which
was leading me to my next point, which was I think it's more just keep your name in the news so that your next album sells. So he's just a guy, just like his wife, is just willing to say even things negative about your own self just to keep your name in the
Still good press,
exactly. Any news is good news kind of thing. So I think it's
still
more
getting
like
his name
that
out there, and
seems
that's
like the
main
reality.
Goal, I think for him is just to stay in the news.
The last one is, and I know you know this person. There's no way you cannot say you know. What do you think about Kanye West?
Oh my God.
That is my.
I would like to go east.
It's what?
That's how I feel.
I think he is the voice of a generation, personally.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just kidding.
I fully agree.
I fully agree with it.
Johnny's a secret Kanye West fan. I'm a Biggie Smalls fan.
Trump likes him, so.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Dragon energy, man.
They're buddies.
They both have the dragon energy blood.
Buddies, God.
For yourself, goddamn.
You see his custom MAGA hat.
Kanye West is full of himself, dude. Like, if there's anybody that is like seriously freaking like in their own head, that is the person. How many podcasts have you seen this guy on that he just like goes off on somebody about some like dumb shit?
I don't know.
Kanye?
I listen to tapes.
I don't really watch them.
I've heard.
Pure assumption based upon his actions in most circumstances.
I miss college dropout Kanye. Where's he?
Ooh.
Yeah. Same.
Not you throwing in.
Not what is it? When is it? It's 2000. When's he running for president?
2024.
2024. That's right. Yep. Kanye's going to run.
Right?
That's right. Yeah. Make sure he's got his shot before Kanye, gets him. Yeah. Pushes him.
What
out.
about like Kanye and The Rock on the same ticket? Do you think that just wins?
Oh.
It all started with Schwarzenegger.
Wouldn't people just vote by default? Like just sorry. Like the next person, like the running mates, like the most qualified, best candidate ever, and it's like, sorry, you just got the two most popular people in the world on the same ticket. So,
okay, so I'm flipping the script on you, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ooh, not much respect for the guy.
You're in California.
I don't know.
What's
He's
your
just
favorite
a very hypocritical guy. Ooh, The Nanny.
I like
or Kindergarten Cop, right? The one where he's the kindergarten. Yeah,
What
kindergarten.
about,
The one that he gets Junior. The one where he gets pregnant.
The one where Arnie gets pregnant. That was a good one.
Yeah, those are the two. Those are probably my 1 and 2. The one where he gets pregnant, and the one where he's a cop trying to arrest little kids. Well, the last one is always Kanye. Thoughts?
I like how all of these I'm just kind of like, I think maybe it was a Kanye. Oh, is this still the spitball? I'm like just a conversation person. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's get into it. Kanye, let's talk.
Yeah, let's hear it. I always like to hear what people's Kanye.
So I think I get. So I'm like, I don't know if it's like celebrities or like famous. I don't know, like whatever you like, want to categorize them as. But I am not a big person on like following people like that. Yeah. Like on Instagram and everything, I follow visual artists, and that's it. Unless I've met you, I don't follow you. And so I'm terrible when it comes to people naming grade A or like class A, whatever, like actresses and actors or musicians. Most of the time I'm like, like I have no stinking idea. People be like, yeah, did you hear what Angelina named her baby? And I'm like, no, I didn't.
What's Angelina? What's Angelina?
What is Angelina? So I think when it comes to like Kanye, I'm like, I know who Kanye is, but like I'm not really checking up on Kanye, and I don't really have thoughts, honestly. Yeah. I'm like, I always tell people, I'm like, they're like, did you hear what he did? And I'm like, did he tell you last week at brunch?
Yeah. Yeah. You know him?
Yeah. Did he call you up on Sunday and say, hey, Carol, so, this is what's been going on in my life. So yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know, maybe that's an annoying thing about me, but people always bring up conversations and I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I have to Google a lot of times. I'm like, I'll pretend like I know, people will be like, oh yeah, this actor and this. I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah, know about him.
And then I'm like, Siri.
Pull out your phone.
Yeah. Siri, who is this person?
IMDb.
Kanye.
No
yes
comment.
or no comment?
I have no comment about that.
No comment.
Kanye I guess most of his music is actually, I think, very good. And he's very iconic. I would not want to like fucking hang out with him.
I think he's a terrible person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems like
Literally
he
like
said some
Leslie.
really stupid shit.
Yeah.
But My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is definitely a top 10 album.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an underrated one too.
Can we do a yow, like yo, or like a Ness for that one?
Yeah.
It's like man, he's all right, except for his personal stuff.
I want In and Out.
Kanye.
No.
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 So the last one I have is Kanye.
Lyrical genius. I like him actually. I got super into him like on the first album that like I heard when he dropped, when it was like new workout plan and like School Spirit and
Chicago. Illinois.
Yeah, it was like everybody was. It was when I was in college and like that was sick. And then like following him even like into newer albums, and then so I forgot what the name was, but he had like a whole music video that was like this long. The whole thing was a storyline. It was a 45-minute music video that was like so artistic and so well done, and like it was like genius, and like it didn't really get like hugely popular or anything like that. But like I've watched it a bunch, and it blows my mind every single time, and it's just really cool music. I think he's like pushed the limits as an artist. I think he's really cool, and I'm not good at following a lot of like I don't know, like news shows, like talk shows and stuff like that.
Like the gossip,
like the news. Yeah, like I know, like I think he's pulled like some shit that people are pissed about, or like with Kim Kardashian and stuff. But I don't totally know all of that. So
like, try to like claim
as a musician, I can speak like I dig his music.
Yeah.
He interrupted Taylor Swift.
Something like
Taylor Swift was about to get an award for something.
Yeah.
Best video.
I saw that.
I think.
Yeah.
And he interrupted, and his whole thing was Beyonce had the best video of all time.
Yeah.
He interrupted, and he was like essentially like as a protest, you know.
Yeah.
Taylor video was trash, and Beyonce should have won this award like publicly, and Beyonce was in the crowd, kind of like, you know, hey man, knock it off, man.
The way I think about things, like sometimes I think he like a move like that, because I do know, like I remember seeing that. I think like that might have been like a well calculated PR move.
I think a lot of what he does is
jump on stage, do this, cause like a disruption. It worked incredibly well for everybody.
Yeah,
you know,
it worked for Taylor
like,
Swift. It worked for him. And
yeah,
it's worked like 6 years later. It's
like,
still working.
Yeah, we're still like
nobody. Like, I think a lot of that stuff, and that's more like a question of like now, and like not just the music industry but everything, but to stay relevant, like with social media and reality TV and like like everything's a reality TV type of thing.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the way it's been, and like I don't know, I just never really like have thought about it like that. But I feel like everything now, like if I see, like there was like a huge wardrobe malfunction for somebody or something like that, like it'll just come across like the news feed or as you're scrolling. I feel like a lot of those are like well calculated, like their PR companies like, all right, we're gonna release this to everybody, like it's gonna be like a little nipple slip, and you'll trend on Twitter with the hashtag like nip slip, or whatever.
I could see that.
I don't know, just a random weird,
just the
cynical
no
thought
news is
of
good
what
news,
everybody's doing.
Very much unlike our current political climate, where it's very cut and dry and transparent.
Yeah.
We get the president going on. Like, straight up, fuck my haters. It's like, what? Kanye Trump.
Well, Trump's probably just going to pave the way for Kanye to be president in 20. Whatever fucking year happens.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Can't do any worse.
Kanye is a musician, though. I like his music. I like his tunes and stuff. I think that was
great
I
entertainer.
think John Legend was producing his first album too, and like I don't know, that album was like I love.
I feel like too there is a thing about Illinois boys and like Kanye,
Yeah,
like, Midwestern
he's from Chicago.
like, kids in like the early thousands.
We don't have much.
Yeah.
Like, from like a rap standpoint, we didn't have like a whole lot. Like we'd grip onto like Nelly from St. Louis a little too. Like,
but I feel like the actual like hoods of Chicago, it's always just been rap from like other places that are like more gangster rap, like the New Orleans, Atlanta, New York stuff. But then like Kanye was just so weird with like that pink backpack and the pink polo and he's goofy. Like, his whole thing was that cartoon bear and stuff. It was just so ungangster that like it really touched the nerve, I think, of like the Midwest. That was like, we don't really like these like people talking about gangster rapping, selling drugs or whatever.
Yeah.
So his like weird just style, I think, really touched us boring white kids and like in a way it didn't reach out here. And I talk to people out here and they're just like, yeah, fuck him, I don't even like his music. But I feel like every time I talk to someone from like my hometown or just in the area of like Chicago or the Midwest, it's a lot of love and respect for him.
And people get behind like their hometown heroes too. Like my wife's from New York, like crazy obsessed with like Jay-Z.
Right.
And where I am too, I mean, I think he's awesome. But like, then you talk to people like out here, they're like, "Man, fuck that, Tupac."
Exactly. Well, now it's gonna be Kendrick. Kendrick's the next one. Like, it's like the Southern California legend.
Yeah.
And so the last and all of a sudden the most controversial one, Kanye.
Oh yeah, this would be the controversial one.
Kanye 2020. A week ago that wasn't. It was a weird, obscure question, and now all of a sudden it's the biggest, most controversial.
I guess.
What's his name? You haven't heard him?
I mean,
in the last
what did
he's
a Trump fan. Well, I don't know what his comments were, but
he's been. From what I've seen, he made a few comments that were like pro-Trump.
Yeah.
So then it blew up into like a big thing where it's like, oh my God, Kanye loves Trump. Which I don't think he really does. Like I don't think anybody
really does.
I honestly think it's a marketing scheme. He's got an album.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So I think whatever's happening, I think it's all just get his name talked about in the headlines.
He probably has an album coming out soon or something that nobody knows about.
Well, so he said something about like, I think the quote was something like, "Black people don't have to be Democrats." And then Chance the Rapper like tweeted it or retweeted it or something. So then you just have two people that are like, one's like the older generation of rap influence and one's like the younger. So now it's just like rappers are just coming out and being like pro-Trump or like at least saying like
it's creating some
have
divisive
a free mind and
that's all it is. It's just
and now Trump's like tweeting back at Kanye and I guess signed a hat for one of the MAGA hats and stuff. So now it's becoming too more like Kanye. I think at first it was dumb, but now he's like seeing like, well, people are talking about me, so I might as well play this.
That's all. It's just
like it feels like
there's more to it. I know there's more.
It feels like we're watching another reality show, right?
It doesn't. Said you elected a reality show, so this is what you get, right?
It just doesn't seem real.
Dude, we're in a simulation.
Yeah.
I know. Wait for the Black Mirror ending credits to happen.
Yeah. Weird times for sure.
Before the record. Yes or no?
Kanye's phenomenal. He's a brilliant artist. I love his first few records. Then I felt it started to kind of trail off a bit, but yeah, he's.
I mean, he's not my style, so I'll say
no comment for me.
Yeah,
I don't really know him.
I love a lot of hip hop and quite a bit of rap, but at a certain point, he just went off the deep end, and I was like, all right, I'm done with that. I appreciate your first couple albums; they were really good and did some really cool stuff. Had some really cool influences and samples, and but yeah, no, he's definitely out in the weeds at this point.
And the last one is Kanye.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Mostly no. But
also depends.
I do I do admit like there's some creativity in him, and it's mostly how he has influenced like their own, like this new generation, like I said before, and I think as long as you are creative and know what you want and how to do it, it's totally acceptable, even if it's not my kind of thing. I don't judge or anything, but I think there's some talent in there, obviously,
It's just so weird. Like, he's just a guy. Like, it's just one of those things where, like, that brain just doesn't.
Dude, yeah, yes, why not? Yes,
like
obviously, it's not like I kind of respect his music. I respect his talent and his creative side. I'm not like this. Oh, Kanye, like some people, but I don't hate the guy either. It's like I don't hate him at all, because I've heard like people like really like calm down. Why so much hate? Like, calm down. If you don't like it, you don't like it, and that's it. If it's like you should be respectful, and I'm pretty like that. I'm not gonna judge, or it's like, no, but I don't know the guy. It's like, how am I gonna judge if I know him? And yeah, I have said like some absurd and some ridiculous things, but what?
Forever.
But but at the same time, there's been a lot of artists and musicians that I've admired, that have done the same things, way back our generations. There's always been this eccentric people and characters and whatever, and then instead of me getting angry or crazy about it, it's like, well, we all have this mentality, or like, I don't know, we'll see what else he does, like, I need to see, but I do respect him in the way, like creative side, like that's pretty awesome, just to see someone like grow as much just because he knows exactly what he wants, and I think that's what you, like we said before, as long as you do what you like screw everyone else, it's like he has fans, so obviously he's doing something right.
And the last is Kanye.
Can we get a drum roll for the last one?
Yeah.
It's gonna be Kanye.
Isn't he Soapy Scoop? Yeah, Soapy Scoop and Trump now? That's a thing? Like,
this question, like 3 weeks ago, was like kind of obscure and stupid, and now it's like it's controversial.
Yeah. Well, by design. Definitely. Man, what a guy.
He's either just publicity, something.
Complete genius or flailing and I don't know. Neil Cohen does not represent Cherry Road in any way on this last script. Publicity genius.
Publicity genius, okay.
That's what I mean.
Is that the kind of crowd that you want for your music?
I like.
Is that who digs Kanye West?
I like Sky High. What's that? An old song.
Bittersweet.
People change, Neil. Kanye.
I'm waiting for like a Kanye Trump hat, like "Make America" and then something. There's got to be something right now.
Like his clothing lines. Or
yeah.
Trump Brando.
I just love that he said that shoes.
Yeah, like the red shoes. Bag of shoes, bag of pants.
I like that he tweeted, "Me and Trump are one and the same. We're both dragon energy."
Dragon energy, yeah.
And that killed me. That killed me.
It's the new Tiger Blood, right?
That's the new Tiger Blood. No. That's hilarious. I didn't even think about that energy. Dragon energy just makes me think of Game of Thrones.
Father of dragons.
I know this is the greatest show ever, but I'm gonna let you finish.
I used to love Kanye. I even had the pink polo. I thought I was Kanye. What if Kanye made a song about Kanye? Call him Mr. Old Kanye. Man, that'd be so Kanye.
A lot of support in San Diego.
Yeah, shout out to Heather Nation, the Night House.
Yeah.
Lost Mom.
And to North Park Radio.
North Park Radio.
North Park Radio. North Park Radio.
North Park Radio. North Park Radio.
Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, thank you for
having us.
can go.